icebreaker. It's a definition. And I want to know how many black people we got in this room today? Huh? Wow. I'm impressed because I'll be having almost the whole room raising their hand when I ask that question. The whole room would ask, like, y'all not black? Y'all not black? Now, I'm gonna have somebody read this and I'm gonna pick him out. Brother Ray back there. Take that to him. And then you can pass it on. We're gonna look up the word American. And the first word is black. Read that nice and loud. I mean, so everybody can hear that. Let me tell you what dictionary that is. You, bro. I'm picking on you because you have a different shade, and I want you to read that because that comes out with more force from you than it would come from me or anybody that looks like me. Huh?
The word black?
Black. Read it out loud.
Black. Black, pale, wine, livid.
Nope, slow down. Go back and read that again.
Black, pale, wine, livid.
Wine and livid is deviations of pale and bleached. But go ahead.
To become pale, to turn white, to become black, to blacken. Pale man.
Right there. I think we got the point, right?
Yes, sir.
Now that's Noah Webster's original dictionary. He was a Christian because his history of his life is live.
This is Hindsight Radio. I represent it. The information station changing the nation.
He knew that they were switching up words. And he wanted. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all. How y'all doing? I'm sorry, last week I could not do a show because I was relocating to a new home. I know I'm always going to a new home. But yeah, hopefully this one will be for a long while. So yeah. So I relocated I was in a townhome. Now I'm in a house, 4-bedroom house, much more room than I had before. So plus more area for me to do my show. Lot better neighborhood. The scenery is a whole lot better. You know, I'm good. I'm feeling good. I still got my offices. If you see this other part of this room, it's still got boxes everywhere. I straightened it out enough so I could do the show. So I'm still working on organizing it. Let me just make sure y'all can hear me. Oh, y'all can. Thank you. Those that said congratulations. How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I hope so. I hope you're doing good. You should be. Even if things don't look like it's going great for you, you still should be thankful and happy for yourself. You know, whatever's going on, be thankful in that situation because that situation is definitely teaching you something. Kia Kong said they're doing good. Good. I'm glad to see that. Seven Michelle said they said that too. Even when things seem to be stressful, seem to not go right, it's going right. Trust me. It is going exactly how it should go. How can I say that? Because however it goes, that's the way it went. So if it went that way, that's the way it was supposed to go. There's no changing it. There's no regretting that, oh, this happened to me, oh, poor me. No. No matter what the situation is. This is called taking accountability of your situations. Tough situations, storms, difficulties teach you what you need to do in your next move. You should be praising and thanking in all situations. Don't get caught up in the idea that this not right. Yeah, it is right. Even when it's wrong, it's right because it's showing you exactly what you need to do, where you need to make adjustments, not where people need to do, not the person you're dealing with or the thing you're dealing with needed. You need to make adjustment because you're at the center of all things that are happening to you. So the only thing you can control, only person you control is yourself in the adjustments you make to that situation. Whether it is you want to work something out or not work it out, it's up to you. It's your choice. See, so many times we get caught up in this person needs to change, this thing needs to change. No, it's you that needs to change. It's you that how you're looking at it needs to change. That's how things get fixed. That's how things start working in your favor. Because you start to say, oh, this is working in my favor. Because at the end of every what we determine a bad situation, there is a perfect solution. The thing that we struggle with the most is looking at these situations. This is bad. This is no good. We're calling these things out. We're determining, we're prophesying our own stress, our own demise, our own issues. We're prophesying these things on our lives. You're the prophet. You're the foreteller of your own fortune. You are the foreteller. You don't have to go to someone to foretell your future. You're foretelling it by the things you think and the things you say. You are the fortune teller. Why are you paying people to tell you these things? Why do you got to look at a horoscope to tell you this is who you are? I look at horoscopes. I look at things. I see some commonality in horoscope readings. They have a beneficial thing to give me insight, but I know the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is I am the God in my life. I am the God over my life. I am the God that is manifesting all that I'm manifesting. God works through me, in me, everything around me. I'm manipulating with my thoughts, my mind. And a lot of times I tend to forget it because I realize that we're in this 3D physical realm. And it's all physical. It's all about what you can see, touch, feel, and smell here. But the spiritual you expands beyond that. It has no limits. It's limitless. It's infinite. It does not hold to the same laws as this 3D physical realm do. You are the all-being, the all-seeing, the all-knowing. You're all everything in your life. The reason why there's confusion and of thought for you is simply because you don't remember that. And I say remember because you knew this when you came into this 3D realm through your mom's womb. You knew this. That's why you only communicated on just the basic level. I'm hungry. I need to get some sleep. Or something is irritating me. Or I'm in pain. You didn't have all of these other demands. Oh, I want tall, short, skinny, fat, distaste, this, that. No, you just had basic needs. You had a basic spiritual understanding of what the world is. You had an all-knowing presence about yourself the moment you came into the world as a baby. Christ told us, he said, if you could be like these little children, then you can enter the kingdom of heaven. See, spirituality is very simple and it's to the point. It doesn't have all these variables going on. It's very simple. It's us that we confuse the children as they come into the world with all of these 3D projections of what we believe we should be. All these 3D ideas. Oh, I need to be a scholar. I need to be this, this guy who's known for this and this, that, and the other. Well, all of these identities we take on. And that's all good. If you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be all these things, that's good. But remember, those are tools to survive in this 3D realm. It is not what you can you can't carry your lawyerism, your doctorate degrees into the spiritual realm. You can carry nothing in. Everything that is for this realm stays here. Can't take it here. It's only here for you to appreciate this current condition, this current existence. That's it. Yes, you need money. You need lots of it. But once you understand the power of you can command money to come into your bank account at will. There's nothing to worry about. I was playing Reverend Knight earlier, and he's like, it's only the physical you that worries about things, that concerned about something happening, and something not going right or going right, whatever. But the spirit you knows whatever happens, it is supposed to be. It is the definition of that moment. That is what it shall be. In acceptance of that one spiritual universal law, that everything is all right. Everything is taken care of. You will eat tomorrow. You'll be able to pay the bills. The only reason why you're having trouble not paying the bills is because you are afraid that you can't pay the bills. That thought is creating that reality. This 3D reality, this dimension is manipulated by thought. Manipulated by thought. Yeah. That's the power. You manipulate your reality just by your thinking. And from your thinking, you command and say things and bring them into existence. No, I didn't bring in this guy that cheated on me. Yes, you did, because you believed in it. You believed in that person being that. And you draw the very person that would do that. You had faith in that. So therefore, you found what you was looking for. I've been guilty of that. I'm not exempt. But then all I have to say, if I don't want that, then stop believing in that, and then I'll draw people to me that is not like that. You can't change anybody. You can't change the very being of people. People sometimes honestly want to change. They say in their mind they want to change, but as soon as a physical circumstance present themselves, they go right to being who they have made a habit of being. So you have to make it say, well, if I don't want this, let me think a new thought. Let me think a new vision of what I desire, and watch those people show up. Watch that very individual or thing that you have visioned in your mind will show up for you. You see, the issue that we have in situations like that, when that thing or individual show up, we don't appreciate it. We don't see it. We keep looking at that situation to change, that person to change. They're not going to change. They showed up in your life that way because you were thinking that way. And when you change your thinking, you'll start to see that very person or thing will start to not even want to be in your presence. You won't have to tell them to leave or go anywhere. It won't be there. They just won't want to be around you. Because The energy of the thought that you have now is not the same energy that you had when you drew them into your life. Wow. That's called accountability. That's what it's called. So look around you. If you got some strife and things are going on, the energy of you have changed. It's not the other energy. The energy of you have changed, and you are trying to create a new narrative for yourself. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, whatever, I won't say that energy that you're thinking is not in alignment with whatever that situation is. See, we have to create thoughts that we are in line, that we are wanting to be in line with good thoughts, positive thinking. You don't have to force anything with physical words, and you don't have to. You don't have to have this conflict in your mind going on. You have to just sit back and see the spiritual side of you. Let me take a sip here. I asked the ancestors to bring me the information I need to deliver this message, because this is a powerful message. Because if you could hear this message, you could change your circumstances immediately. The energy, the spiritual mindset that you have in this moment is bringing you all that you shall see in the future, or what we call future. You know, future is an illusion. It's just imagination or idea of what we want things to be. But what you're experiencing right now is the direct result of a thought, an idea. That difficulty, that good thing, that thing that you like so much, that came from your determination, your prophecy, you're prophesying over your life. See, the Bible was written in such a way that when they revised it, and they knew the power of this book and all the other books. You see, of course, the Bible was written off other texts. It's a plagiarism from some original text. Yes, plagiarism. And they remixed some of the stuff. And they made you look out there for prophets to prophesy over people's lives. You go to the thing, you'll see prophet this prophet, that prophet. So it never gave you the power that you're a prophet over your own life, that you're speaking prophecy by the things you say in this present moment and now. You're the prophet. The only prophet you should be looking for is you. Oh yeah, let me go ask them and see if they see. The only reason why you ask these things of these shamans, these fortune tellers, this is why the Bible told you not to go to these people. And they made it seem like it was an evil thing. No, it told you not to. The real reason is not to go to these types of people is because you're going somewhere to get something you already have. See, I'm here to just remind you that you are the power. You are the divinity. You are the originator. You are the creator of all things that is good, all things that you determine to be bad. You are the creator of your own money problems. Everything you took on and you believed in up until this point is giving you exactly the financial situation that you find yourself in now. Everything. So I got kind of sidetracked. So now I'm practicing daily. I'm practicing when I meet a challenging situation, stop taking the the approach of trying to manipulate and change. No, just say, hey, just accept it for what it is. This is what it is right now. I did this. And just go back and say, well, what do I want now? And then I say, okay, I want this. Then I think a new thought. I become a new me in that moment. I don't like this experience. So I'm gonna change up the experience. So I create the experience in my mind. And then I say, so be it. It is done. And I get into the emotion and the feeling of it. And guess what? It gets done. And it's a practice because it's something you got to keep doing. Because sometimes I forget. That's where my power lies. You are the master builder of your life. You are the master architect. You were given the power, the tools, and all things that you need to make it happen. That's why I say it's time to take action. Unleash your success now. And I use that word unleash. Let me take 2 sips on this one. I use that word unleash is because most of you are holding back. And you're not allowing yourself to be as powerful, as effective, and as successful as you can be. And that could be because of fear of what people would think, fear of, oh, this doesn't look right. And it goes back to what the people think. Oh, this is not perfect enough. Is that one right there is the one I hear the most. It's just, it don't look, it gotta look this way, it gotta look that way. Listen, let me tell you, stop worrying about how it look and put it out there and fix the looking later. People can't buy something they can't find. People can't buy something that's not available to buy. Let it look at, listen, if you think it looks, how do you know you think it's crappy? But the other people might not think it's crappy. You might be overthinking this thing. Put it out there and fix it along the way. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I say that so much, like just put it out there. Let it be available. If it ain't available, ain't nobody buy. Some of y'all got $1 million ideas sitting on a computer, on a hard drive. Only you can see it. What kind of insanity is that? You're not trying to buy it. You're trying to sell it. People can't buy what they can't see. Come on. Wake up. Put it out there. Damn how it looks right now. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, every excuse in the book. Oh, I know some of y'all know who I'm talking to. Listen, let me tell y'all a secret of my webinars. Let me tell y'all a little something. I wake up sometimes with an idea. I'm going to do a webinar on this, and that's all I got. Let me do this webinar. I don't even have the material put together for it. I don't even have it organized into a fluent teaching. But I go in, as soon as I get the command, I get the call, and somebody put it in the chat. They actually put it here. Here it is. It says, build it and they will come. Soon as I build the idea, oh, I'm doing a webinar next week on how to purchase a car with your trust and how to effectively navigate your credit with your trust, how to put your bills in trust, how to do all these things. Step-by-step guide, and I'll be showing my own work, right? I got work, but it's not organized into a fluent teaching right now. Absolutely not. All of y'all who have seen my webinars, and y'all say, oh man, this is a great teaching. Do y'all know that the night before is when I really put everything together? I follow the one principle. I listen. When I get the call, I listen. Y'all have the call, y'all getting the call, and y'all not listening. Oh, I got to do this. And then you starting to put it on. Y'all got all these files everywhere, over here, over there. It's all only places it's seen is on your private hard drive. It's not the public is not exposed to it. The universe is not exposed to it. Do you realize once you put it out there in the universe got to give you that back? They got to reward you for taking the step of faith. It will reward you. Stop worrying about how it looks, how it's got to be this. I got to have this. Let people complain. Oh, it don't have a description. Let people complain. Oh, it needs to look like this. You're going to get, even if it's perfect the way you think, people going to still complain. So what? And I say, so what? No matter how well you put it together, people going to have their little complaints. You're not going to get around that. That's just the way it is. It's the cost of doing business. It's the cost of life. People are complainers. Some people just live to just find something wrong with something. But you don't care about them. You look for the people that just want to do business with you. Every 20 people that's exposed to your content or what you're trying to sell, on average, 2 to 3 may buy. And that's all you're looking for. That's all. Just them 2 or 3. And the number keeps multiplying. Oh, this ain't it. This ain't that. Just making excuses why you can't be successful. Why you can't be. It is March 14th already. We just did the New Year's ritual. By the way, I'm doing a ritual. I'm going to send the invitation out for March the 20th, the spring solstice, spring equinox, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing that. I'm doing it. So I'll send the invitation out if y'all want to join me. Somebody said take a leap of faith. Somebody said I had to step away for a minute, but I hear you loud and clear. Don't step away, step forward. Don't step away, step forward. When you step away, that's an excuse. That's your old self trying to creep back in and take over and say, you know what? You're doing all right. You're making enough money. You're paying your bills. It's okay. You don't need millions of dollars. You don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to create general wealth for your family. Just take care of you. Be comfortable. That's the old you. That's the devil. Because we were put here to climb the pyramid. We were here to make challenges for ourselves and overcome them. And I stress, you make the challenges for yourself. You create the difficulty. And I'm telling you, every time you hit that next level is a beast to get around. Oh, yes. Sometimes I'll be like, Dad, do I really want to go up there? Do I really want to deal with this? The stuff that be popping up, the challenges. But when I sit back and I realize that I am divinity, I am God made manifest, God works through me, and I have command and power over all things that happen in my life. Everything I'm experiencing is a direct result of my thinking and my line of thinking. Oh, wait a minute. It's not them that's the problem. It's me. What was I thinking? What did I do? Let me correct this. Let me change my thinking and manipulate this 3D realm with my thoughts. Let me become the master, the magician, the warlock. I know some of y'all Christian-minded people like, he said warlock. That's another word for witch. Yeah, I said it. Let me become the alchemist. I'll just say what it comes in. That's what the ancestors said for me to say. That's what the spiritual mind said to say. Some of us, we got these hard grained thoughts about certain things, witches, warlocks, and all these other things. And when you really study these schools of thoughts, they basically the same thing as the Bible. Yeah, blood rituals. Yes. What you think drinking Christ's blood is all about? Eating his flesh. That's killing somebody, eating them. That's cannibalism. Right. Y'all been practicing cannibalism and drinking blood of everything that the Old Testament said not to do. Y'all been symbolizing drinking blood since the day you was born, and your parents introduced you to Christianity. It's a blood sacrifice, and you're symbolizing drinking blood and eating flesh. Let's call it what it is. Let's be real. Let's keep it real. I love it when I miss the show because I got to catch up. I got to catch up with everything. It all just pours out. Let's get back to your success. Don't you want to be successful? What are you waiting for? You waiting for somebody to tell you to pull the trigger? You don't need me or anybody else to tell you to do it. You do it. Just pull it. And let your chips fall where they may. What's the worst can happen? You don't make any money. You ain't making no money now. It ain't on there. Nobody can see it. I'd rather have it out there in the open and get a little criticism about it, because criticism, that means somebody's watching it and looking at it and was at least interested in it. And if they give you criticism, you can email them back, hey, I appreciate the criticism. It really helped me see things differently. And then you just created a customer. See, I just showed y'all how to make money. Y'all worry about being criticized before you even get criticized. You worry about how it looks before somebody say it look bad. Now, how many speeches I've given and I thought I was just mediocre, and they come, man, that was a powerful lesson you just gave me. I was like, really? Okay. I'll take that. You are more powerful than you believe and realize you are. And the only reason why you don't have the fortitude or the idea that you are more powerful is because you keep listening to the nonsense that the world has told you. That you got to do this, you got to do that, you are this, you are that, your parents said this, I'm this and that, I tend to run into problems all the time. You keep prophesying all this nonsense about yourself and don't realize these prophecies you're creating is what you're experiencing right now. Take power over yourself and realize that you are orchestrating this whole play that's playing out in your life. Man, I said some things tonight I even had a hard time taking. I said, man, I was like, I cringed inside. I didn't show it, but I was cringing inside when I said it. Because it was hard to take. It was bitter. It's like, yeah, you know that thing you just dealing with? That's you right there. But the it's bittersweet because since I realized that I can change it just by just saying, I don't want this anymore. This is what I want, and command it and say, so be it. This is it for me. This is it. Make it happen for yourself. Stop getting discouraged because you're not getting nobody to watch your videos. Yeah, I realized before I had as many, there's a lot of people with 1,000 more followers than I do, right? And what I realized is when I was unconscious about it, when I wasn't worried about followers and all of that, I was like, man, things are going well. I wasn't even in the mindset of having followers on YouTube. Then I went to the YouTube and had thousands of followers. Like right now, it says it's only 13 people watching. And I know there's an algorithm they're playing with, and there's probably more people watching than this, because when I go look at the numbers, it looks different. Who cares? My job is to do one thing, deliver this message. And whoever's there to listen, that's who it's for. Whoever's there not to listen, it's not for them. They might find it in some way down the road. I talked to someone and they said they were listening to me for a year before they got up the courage, or maybe they didn't say courage, that before they even got a consultation for 1 year. Now, this individual turned out to be in the tech industry, which can change the very essence of everything I do. Will play a valuable role in what I need in some of the things. But see, what you're doing is what the Bible says. You're planting seeds. And some are going to grow and be prosperous. Some are not going to grow. That's your business. That's how business is. But if you don't, let's do that. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's see. Because this scripture. I never really be knowing the whole scripture. Can somebody tell me what that scripture is, where you plant seed on harsh ground, blah, 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 all of that. Oh, this is a good one too. Let me see if somebody put it in the chat for me. Yes, please hit the like. Thank you. Hit the like. Hit the likes. I'm going to find this. I could go ahead and teach it, but I'd rather read it and break it down. Messages running through my mind right now. And I'm going to take it in a different direction to help you see something. Here it is. I'm going to share the screen. And I'm going to take you in a different direction. Because this scripture is showing you what you need to do with your business and whatever you're trying to do. Okay? All right, let's go and share the screen. Present, share. It says here, I'm going to skip down. A sower, let's use the word, a entrepreneur. Let's use that. A sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell along the path, and the birds came and devoured them. Other seeds fell on rocky ground, where they did not have much soil, and immediately they sprang up, since they had no depth of soil. But when the sun rose, they were scorched, and since they had no root, they withered away. Other seeds fell. Let me go back. Let me start over. Let me take a drink on that. A sower went out to sow. An entrepreneur went out to start a business and start to create it, right? And as you creating this business, which it says, as you sowed, some seeds fell along the path and the birds came and devoured them. So that right there represents you starting the business and making mistakes. Figuring out where to plant the seed, where to place your product. That's what that represents. Okay? In the context of what I'm teaching right now. Okay? Other seeds fell on rocky ground where they did not have much soil, and immediately they sprang up. That represents you. Okay, you got some customers, but they're not solid customers. They buy one thing here, they boom, boom, but they immediately boom. But you still did business. But the key is you sold. You did something. See, the whole key of this thing is the sower went out to sow. The entrepreneur went out to get customers. You can't call yourself a sower if you don't sow. You can't call yourself an entrepreneur if you're not putting your business out there in front of people. The whole idea is to put it in front of people so they can buy. If it's not there for them to buy, you can't. How they gonna buy? Okay. Other seeds fell on rocky ground where they did not have much soil. Immediately they sprang up since they had no depth of soil. These are customers that come, they're not really solid, blah, blah, blah. They'll buy something and then they'll move on to something else. I deal with that a lot. Okay. But when the sun rose, they were scorched. And that means, what that means is, as soon as some new idea comes that they think is better, they're going to go to someone else. That's what that means. Okay. And since they had no root, they withered away. Since they had no root, they went to somebody else. Or maybe because you didn't have you need some perfecting. But the key is they did buy something. They did do business with you. You got some of your investment back. Okay. Other seeds fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked them away. That's still you refining your business. Remember, Honda took, I can't remember how many times it took Honda to build that car. Now he's a national brand, international brand that of reliability. When you think Honda, you think reliability. But it took him a lot of times to get that right. And this is what this represents. The Bible is telling you how to run your business, how to get started. But the key is, it said the sower went out to sow. If your idea is still on your computer, you're not sowing anything. You're not putting it out there. Other seeds fell on good soil and produced grain. Eventually, you'll get it right, and it's going to fall on the good soil, and then you're going to have a consistent, steady, reliable source of income from this business. Source of revenue. Some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears, let him hear. I love that part. He who has ears, let him hear. Because this scripture can be interpreted in so many different ways. There's no one solid way to interpret this. But the key is the sower sow. The key is the entrepreneur put the business out there in front of people to buy. If you get bad feedback, then you know what you got to correct, because the customers are going to tell you what you need to do. They're your source. They're your source of information. The key is put it out there. Let it be. Let them have it. Do y'all understand? When they developing new technology, new cars, and all this other stuff, they put it out there. They don't wait for it to be super perfect. They let it get on the road and let all the problems happen. Then they come out with fixes and patches and recalls and all that stuff. That's what all the major companies do. They don't spend all of that time. Oh, we need to get this out here. We don't spend all this R&D on this project. We need to get out there. Let the customer sell it what they need while they on the road. That's what they're doing. That's done purposefully. That's a purposeful move. Now, if you got the major companies, these billion-dollar companies, million-dollar companies doing that, why aren't you doing that? Why are you not creating R&D just by putting it out there? The only way you know something works is if you put it out there for people to test it or try it or see it. But if you're still in a stage of the idea stage and the prep stage and all that, then you're not getting anywhere. You don't know if this is gonna pan out the way you want it. I just stripped every excuse away from everyone that tells me, oh, I gotta be this. I just stripped it away. It's okay to fail till you succeed. It's okay. It is okay. It's not the end of the world. It's actually the beginning of a great future. When you see the things, okay, well, I just have to make these adjustments. Success is now. You're sowing seeds of success when you are putting it out there for people to have, to be exposed to. So many people, you know what I noticed? People are more take priority to have a like on a video than have some money in their pocket. That's where their priority is. No, I'd rather have the money. I'm sorry. I get likes, I get people watching my videos, and especially when I'm talking about this stuff, it'd be a couple of 100, 300. But guess what? Those 300 translate into money in the bank. I'm not concerned with your likes. I want you to like it. I appreciate it if you did. Thank you if you did. And if you didn't, consider doing so. But I know from a spiritual point of view, all my bills will always be paid. Everything is already resolved and taken care of. And in this life, this world, I was sent into this world to be okay, to be abundant, to have dominion over all things. I projected myself into this existence to have to create dominion, to create everything that I want. Life is not happenstance. It's not. You just have not come to the realization that you are the power. You're the one center. You're the one controlling factor of all things that is happening to you right now. You even picked your parents, your brothers and sisters. You picked all that. You picked all that drama that you get on through with them. You picked it. The reason why you picked it, because it's teaching you how to overcome it. How? Because there's something about you that you needed to perfect. And once you master that, those family members, all of them, ain't gonna be an issue anymore. They go back to their place where they belong. They'll settle down. I noticed that my family settled down once I realized what the lesson was. All of a sudden we get along. It's not them. They only acting crazy because there's something you got to work out. Something you got to fix. Something you got to work out in your mind. Yeah. I wonder if I should pour some more. I don't know. Let he who has ears, let him hear. And when that right there, we're not talking about physical ears. We're talking about the spiritual ear. Let me stop the screen. So let me ask you, what you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Some of y'all got inspiration while y'all were listening to me. Why y'all could have came back to this recording later? Because it's recorded. Y'all was supposed to obey I just said in the beginning, obey the call. Y'all got inspiration. Oh, I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. I'm gonna go back to it later. No, you supposed to stop listening to me and go work on that. Because I triggered something by what I said. It's okay to stop listening to me and go and doing it. I'm okay with that. Because now you're doing what you need to do. My job is to be the signpost for you to go handle your business. I know some of y'all got the inspiration. Well, you know what? I could do this. You were supposed to immediately act on that. Stop ignoring that voice. Stop ignoring that God voice speaking through you. Stop ignoring your ancestors because really, you don't want them to go silent on you. That's a when they stop talking and you be like, oh man, what did I do? I've been there, done that. You know how I get them back talking to me? I get back in the line with what my purpose is. They ain't gonna talk to me long as I'm out of purpose, off my mission. So they talking to me now. That's why I said what I said. Some of y'all got the inspiration. You know what? He's right. I can do this. I can do it. And you had a run off ideas, and y'all just sat there mesmerized by my words and didn't go heed that call. When I started off at the beginning, you need to heed the call. You need to immediately get up. This is a recorded session, so you can always go back and listen to what I said later. But if you have got the inspiration to do something in this moment, you need to be acting on it. In any other moment that you get an experience, you're supposed to stop, write it down. You know how many great ideas came to me and I didn't get my butt up out of the bed and write it down, or had a pen or paper next to my bed and didn't write it down, and it was gone. That might have been the next $1 billion idea that I had. Prolonging my walk to billionaire status because I didn't heed the call. Somebody said, I'm back. King Akeem, brother, I'm starting a bus line from a mechanic. Y'all listen up, Akeem saved my life and say something real, my life, and say something real, feel it, know it, believe it, now, get in, get it. That's right. Go heed the call. See, I thought the call was what they show on TV, the call. God gonna call you to heaven. God call you this. God call you to the pulpit. God call you. No. The God in you calls you to be successful, to have all that you desire. That's all. That's the call. To have and live abundantly. Yes. See if I can find something. Here it is. This will do the job that I'm trying to convey here. Sometimes it takes a little looking. If I had somebody, let's see. Maybe this is it. Nope, that's not the one. Your job is to remember who you are, who your power is, where it lies. It all lies in your hand. No one else has control over it. The only thing is, a lot of times we give control over to other people to have control. All right. Next week, I will be doing a webinar. Here's the webinar. Here is the webinar. If you go to my site, akemail.com, I am I'm glad I went here because I don't see it. The pre thing in this page. Let's see. Here. Yeah, it's not on the right page. I need to make sure it's on my seminars and one webinars page. It's only $97, so y'all have no excuse not to get on this. And the information is worth way more than $97. I'm just trying to make it affordable for everyone to get on. Here's the link, and I need to update that. Let me share the screen. Here's Navigating Car Purchasing, Credit, and Trust, a comprehensive guide. It is going to be a comprehensive guide because I'm going to walk y'all through the process, how to even negotiate your car deal properly, how to do it effectively. It says, join our incoming webinar on March 23rd, 2023 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm doing it on a Thursday night. And learn how to purchase a car, obtain credit and title, and register your car in trust. From Akeem's own experience, my own experience, you will get a comprehensive guide that includes researching the right car for you, negotiating the purchase price, financing the car through credit, ensuring you get the best deal possible. So I'm not even going to show you how to just put it down. I'm going to show you how to do it the best way possible. All from the comfort of your home. You ain't got to go. None of that walking to the dealership and all that nonsense. I'm going to show you how to do it from your home. How to get the best deal possible. How trust work, purchasing a car through a trust, benefits of purchasing a car through a trust, asset protection, privacy, titling, registering your car in trust, required documents and forms, tips on maintaining your trust and keeping it in good standing, templates included. So I'll have, when I say templates, that's going to be actually all the stuff that, what it looks like, application process and things like that. Webinar recording can be purchased for an additional fee of $47. So the recording is not included, but you can get it for $47. You want to, keep it for as part of your archives. Price for this webinar is $97, and there will be no refunds. No refunds. The link to access the webinar will be emailed to you on the day of the event. So there it is. There you have it. There it is. Somebody said, peace and blessing to you individuals on the call and to the world. Thank you. That peace and blessing to you. So heed the call. Peace almighty. I said, hit the like. Well, it's 8:09. I think I've reiterated, reinforced, said it enough times what you need to do. Now, whatever is going off in your head, heed that call. Heed it. You can be successful. You can have it all. No reason why you shouldn't. No reason why you shouldn't. Now that I'm getting settled in my new place, I got to keep my word about multiple shows during the week. So I'm going to be working on that over the next few days, and I'll have a schedule made out. All right? That's my word. I'm going to keep that. Got to keep it. See? Watch. The more shows I do, the more bigger the platform gets and more people get the word. But anyway, with that being said, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to you.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon